Welcome to Talk Dirt to Me, where two farmers shatter myths and take on the top issues facing America's farmers. Here's your hosts, Logan and Bobby Lee.
What's up, everybody?
Yes. Good afternoon edition.
Good afternoon. Earlier, this is
a steamy, humid afternoon.
It is a little steamy, humid in here. I'm sweating in here, but
not as bad as it is outside.
No, it definitely is not. We got an awesome episode for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got an awesome guest in the house. That's Miss Amy McNeil with Tennessee Corn, Executive Director.
That's right.
So we're pumped up to have her with us. Before we get in, we want to do a few things though. First, we want you to hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment below, and let us know any questions or anything you'd like to share. We got a lot of Spotify comments, and our top. Actually, let me read some of these real quick while I'm pulling this up.
Were they responding to our top 5 list or top 3 list?
Yes, they were. And while I'm pulling these up, Bobby Lee is going to tell you what you guys need to do.
Check out our friends over at agzaga.com. We're right in the thick of hay baling season. In fact, I was just talking to one of my neighbors. I ran into him on the way here, that we cut a little hay together, and we're just waiting on a dry patch now. We need a dry 4 or 5 days in a row where, it just needs to dry up where it's not so dang muddy, number one.
Yeah.
But we all get our bailnet wrap from agzaga.com using that discount code TALKDIRT20. It's $20 off a $50 minimum order. That's not all they got. You can check out all the other good stuff, but go to agzaga.com, just check it out, shop around.
Yep, do that. And I do want to hit on a couple of these. So
what was our top list last week?
It was service truck or like work truck stuff. Tools you would need on there. And Hunter says duct tape, zip ties, and Levi Garrett.
Yeah, which, it's kind of one of those, it's hard to narrow it down to 3. Like, I'd come up with about 103
But
things.
you got to go to 3.
Right. I know. That's what makes it difficult.
Lily says fuel tank, pruners, and her 10 millimeter socket that she's emotionally attached to. Okay. And maybe a rain jacket on this open cab in Oregon. Yeah, they got all the hazelnut trees, and she is always seems like getting rained on. Someone said, and I don't know how I didn't think about this one, but a high lift jack.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one there. And we had several others. We did have a few people comment because we talked about the 64 stolen cattle. We had several people say they think that it's insurance fraud.
Well, and I saw those and I responded. I was like, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Unfortunately.
Well, I got a guy that messaged me yesterday or day before, and now apparently, here it is, 17 more cattle have been stolen. This is in Oakfield. It says Bliss Road in Oakfield, very early Sunday morning, 17 calves stolen from their calf facility. Said these thieves drove west on Lockport Road toward the Alabama Hotel intersection after leaving the farm. I guess they ain't found nothing on them. The calves are the approximate age and size. It says in the photo, 5-month-old Holstein heifers. So another batch of Holsteins.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see continued, maybe it's insurance fraud or just cattle thievery.
Well, and with prices where they are, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's, kind of risk reward thing, I would guess. I mean, I don't know what cattle thieves go through that much.
Do you have any experience stealing cattle, Amy?
I have not stolen any cattle.
The price just isn't quite good enough yet.
Hopefully don't know anybody that has.
Yeah. Well, none of us in here have. I know our dads have sold some at prices so bad before they probably felt like they were stolen from them. But
I bought some one time and wrote a check out of a bank account that had been closed.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, I guess I was trying to, it was an accident. The guy called me. He's like, hey, they said this account doesn't even exist anymore. I was like,
gave me a bad check.
And I was like, you're right. It's like, my bad.
Yeah.
I knew the guy. I wrote him another check. That's been over 10 years ago.
Well, and you knew the guy, so it makes it a little less awkward.
Yeah. I mean, right. Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I guess before we get into the rest of this, we'll go ahead and do our top 3. So we'll do top 3 or top 5. We'll do top 3. We'll keep it easy. And I forgot what was our top 3.
Oh, classic
TV shows.
TV shows.
All right. I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
Amy, we're going to put you on the spot.
I get to go first?
You get to go
But
first.
that way, we don't take yours, too.
Yeah,
so that really makes it easier.
Y'all won't take my chick flicks.
Oh, gosh.
Well, you're right. We might have been in a little different genre.
Yeah.
So we're saying classics is 90s and older.
Yeah, we'll go 90s and older classic TV shows.
There we go.
I'm going Friends.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, my
Classic.
wife would agree with you on that
Gotta
one.
have that
Mine
one.
probably would, too, yeah.
I'm going Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
My
really?
When it
wife
started.
might agree
The
there, too.
first,
Has it been on that long?
a long time.
Wow. Dang, I have never watched a single episode of that.
My
You should
wife
start
used
it
to
from the
watch it,
beginning.
and so I've seen a few with her. But
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going Boy Meets World.
It's a great show. Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
yeah.
Which Friends, I have seen some of Friends, and it's I can watch it. I can watch it. I know there's still. We were just talking about this the other day. Actually, when I was eating lunch, we were over at my parents and got talking. Somehow, my dad's a TikToker, and
Which that's still hilarious to me.
yeah, apparently his age demographic is like a huge thing on TikTok. But he saw a thing about Friends, and all of the Friends cast, like Jennifer Aniston and whatever, Courtney Cox on it, they still get $20 million a year for that show.
Wow.
The royalties off of that show is $20 million a year.
It's a good show.
That's-
Top 3.
I would, I think I could live off of that. I think I might could survive.
Yeah.
I could farm pretty comfortably off of
I'm
that.
pretty sure I could because I survive off far less.
Far
than
less
that.
than that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Friends, Grey's Anatomy, and Boy Meets World. All right. I'm with you. All right. What's yours?
Man, the longer we sit here, the more I think of, and I'm like, actually, I'm gonna go way back with one.
Don't you take the one I'm going to say.
This is one that I used to watch like on Nickelodeon.
Okay. Yeah.
So this would be like when I was like really little. Lassie,
Okay.
like the
Yeah.
original, like black and white.
Did he take yours?
No. Typical
No, I was about to-
veterinarian
I was
over
about to
here.
Say,
Yeah.
Logan will. I don't think I'll get him there.
You wanted the
and then
one of the
just
kids
like-
falls in the well. Lassie has to run and
That's
rescue.
right. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen it. When I'm thinking of just like a good 30-minute sitcom,
Yeah.
probably have to go Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
Oh.
That's good.
I
one. Yeah.
was torn
That's a good
between.
That one's right there
That's a
with
good
Boy
one.
Meets World. I feel
I
like.
was
Yeah.
torn between that one and Fresh Prince.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
And then kind of my more serious and a little bit of nostalgia because of recent passing of our man Chuck Norris, Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah. That's a classic as
We
well.
watched that one religiously as a kid.
Yeah.
Back before you could even DVR, much less.
Yeah, you just
stream
had to catch it.
You had to be there when it came out.
Yeah. Okay. And I do. Yeah. I feel like Boy Meets World and Saved by the Bell. They're kind of like in that same genre right there. I feel like. And what was the other
Oh
one?
yeah, like the 30-minute sitcom.
Yeah. And they're right there together. My wife was a big Full House fan.
Oh, yeah.
That was one that. Which,
Yeah.
They even watch Fuller House.
I didn't get into that.
My kids watch it too. They're all into those.
Love it.
All right. So when you said you're going way back, I thought you really meant you were going way back. I'm going to go way, way back. My number one is the Three Stooges.
Okay.
I got to go with so I'm going back to like 1935.
I couldn't, or I shouldn't be surprised that you doing that one.
Yeah, the Three Stooges. And then my next one's going to be the Munsters, which is also like in the 60s. So I'm a big fan of the Munsters. And I was trying to think of a more modern one because I like, Gilligan's Island's another one I like.
Oh yes, that is a good one.
And so I can go real old on them. I guess I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go Three Stooges, Munsters, and Gilligan's Island. But if I was going to go cartoon level 90s, I could say Ren and Stimpy.
I never was a huge Ren and Stimpy fan.
Man, I like some Ren and Stimpy. It was pretty crazy. But no, I'm going to stick with Three Stooges, Gilligan's Island, and the Munsters. Did you watch any of those?
None of them.
None of them. Oh, man.
Well, see, of
I know
course,
about them, but didn't watch them.
those were all like, and even like Lassie. Lassie, I just looked it up, ran from 54 to 73. So
Yeah.
it ended 10 years before I was born, but they would have all the reruns on like Nick in the afternoons
Yep.
or whatever. You get off the school bus and go inside, and that's what was on.
Well, I'm trying to think of on Nick, it would have been like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? I enjoyed that show. but no, but yeah, I mean, heck, the Three Stooges ended before even my dad was born. You know, like I'm going way back. But I don't know. I still love those old shows. And they're all black and white. I like the black and white part of them too.
Which say Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one. But the black and white, when it got into color, it was weird.
I don't even know that I've seen it.
They did some, and maybe it was some revamp, but I call it like
they go
METV had like the color version. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like I Love Lucy, they put it in color, and I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Yeah. I want it black and white. So there you go. Let us hear your top 3 classic TV shows. So all right, Amy.
Yes.
She's pumped up to be here with us today.
Excited.
She is. We're excited to hear about Tennessee corn. But before we get into that, we want to know, who are you? Tell us a little bit about your background. You know, where are you from? Your ag background. Just give us a little rundown of who you are.
Okay, I grew up on a family farm in Weakley County, Tennessee, Martin, Tennessee.
Okay. Yep.
I think Bobby Lee, did you go to
school?
Spent
a little time
up
there. Yeah. Spent about 4 years there.
It's great. Martin is it's on the map these days. I don't know if you know.
It's grown a lot. I remember
the school has or the
just Martin in general. We just had an athlete go in the NFL draft.
Yeah, really?
Yep,
Ty Simpson.
Yep.
Okay. What where'd he go?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, the Rams.
What position does he play?
Quarterback.
Oh wow.
Alabama
Okay.
Yeah, until Logan's the big sports guy.
Yeah, if it ain't UFC, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, I remember when I was in school there, it may have been the last like regular Walmart in the country. Like, because all the Walmarts
not a super
were
center.
super Walmarts. But in Martin, we still had the regular Walmart. And then like which was only like a year or two after I graduated, you go back and you're like, now they have a super Walmart. Like it's nothing special about that now.
Where was the Walmart when you were in college?
Oh, it was right there beside the movie theater.
Oh, okay. See, it's not there anymore. That's the Rural King.
Oh, so they moved to Rural King there. Yeah, because I know where the new super Walmart is, but yeah, it was right there. I'm trying. What was the grocery store that was right there beside it?
E.W. James.
Yep. The Chinese buffet. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
The good old days.
A Rural King. I've never been in one of those, but I've heard they're
pretty
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Don't they sell guns there too?
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I had a guy that brought us jars for the stuff we can. He was like, man, I get them at Rural King. They're way cheaper. And he would bring them when he'd go through Martin area.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I've never been in one of them. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
The other thing about Martin that's good right now is Blake's Southern Milling. Have y'all been to the barbecue? How long has it been since you've been in Martin?
So I've been to Martin one time. Actually, 2 times. I went for college day when I was a senior touring. Drew was I went to his frat house. And that's his younger brother. I went by when he was there, and then I guess probably when Drew or when y'all graduated.
Yeah, so I graduated in 2005. Now I went back and forth a couple of times, like while my brother was there, which he was 4 years behind me, and then we were up there for a softball tournament for my daughter a couple of years ago. But I mean, we were like just barely in town for the day.
You've got to come back. We've got all the food places. Blake's is a barbecue place, and he's actually on Food Network right now.
Really?
Barbecue Brawl. Yep.
What about Cadillacs?
Cadillacs is still there.
All right, I have heard about Cadillacs.
So
I haven't been to Cadillacs in a while.
That's what my dad has talked. My dad attended Martin for like a couple of years.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, Cadillacs. Like he would talk about it even back then.
Oh, Cadillacs was the place to go.
You'll have to come up for the rodeo. That's where you go
got a good
after
rodeo?
the rodeo.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is the rodeo?
April.
So I about to say it's always in the spring. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love rodeo, but no, I haven't been. I've only ever been to Martin. I think maybe 2 times. I tell like Bobby Lee's side of the Hankses is the educated side, and then I'm the I just was in the dirt. I did what I had to do to get out of high school, and I was like probably not going to pursue any further education.
I love it. Hey, it works.
Yeah, I guess sometimes I don't know.
Yep. So I went to school in Martin, and then after Martin, I went and I lived in Kentucky for the last 15 years.
Gotcha.
I've just come back to Tennessee in the last year and a half, and I came back to be back on the farm with my family. My dad is still farming, and my 2 brothers farm with him. So I came back and had the opportunity to start working with Tennessee corn.
What part of Kentucky?
I was in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Okay. What'd you do there?
I worked more in the corporate world in Bowling Green.
Gotcha. Is that now? that's still pretty ag heavy area, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
lots of farmers up there.
Yeah.
So what kind of farming?
We had corn and soybeans. We had wheat, but now we just do focus on corn and soybeans.
Yep. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's pretty much how.
We had pigs when I was growing up, but
Yeah.
now it's just strictly row crop, no livestock.
Yeah. Well, that's, pigs, and we've talked about that, the whole hog market around here. You used to see some, actually my mom's dad used to have some, but that whole market's kind of gone away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I had somebody asking. Well, actually, when we talked about these Holstein, getting stolen and all that, somebody was like, man, I just can't believe you don't have any Holstein cattle in your area. I'm like,
No
well,
dairy.
I don't have any dairies around here.
I'm really not sure where the closest dairy is.
Is there
There's
any
some
in
more in
y'all's area?
East Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. You get east.
East Tennessee, but not very much in West Tennessee.
So y'all are primary corn and soybeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I was telling Amy off air, I had a buddy that was telling me that her dad's like the man on corn. And so you grew up around corn.
I did.
And what do you like? You like corn, soybeans? I mean, you got to tell me you like corn better.
Well, obviously, I work for corn. But if you're a corn farmer, you're probably a soybean farmer too. So we like it all.
Yeah.
And Martin is also home of the Soybean Festival.
That's
Okay.
right. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, and so you did that. How'd you get involved with Tennessee corn?
The opportunity came up. We've only had one executive director before. She was retiring. And so the opportunity came up to get back, move my family back. My husband's from Dyersburg. So we wanted to get back into West Tennessee. So opportunity came. So
now she had been the executive director then for 40 years? Or
no. So Tennessee corn is a little complex.
all right, yeah. Tell me a little bit about this.
So Tennessee Corn Growers is the membership-based program. That is where you can do all the lobbying, all the policy work. That is turning 40 years old this year. So
Gotcha.
we're celebrating that. We're getting you guys to come up and be a guest. We're going to have a big celebration in August where we're going to honor all of our past presidents and really just bring producers and industry people together. So we have an event coming up for that.
Now, can anybody attend that? Or if somebody's listening and they're like, what is that? That sounds cool. Can they come to that?
They can. RSVP on our website or get a hold of me. You can find everything on Tennessee Corn. It's tncorn.org.
Gotcha.
TNcorn.org.
But
Okay.
we would love to have you come. We'd love to have you be a member. We'd love to have a sponsor, however you want to get involved. But so that's the Tennessee Corn Growers Association. About 6 years ago, the officers and a group of the corn growers started doing some work to start the checkoff program.
Gotcha.
And with the checkoff program and all of the state legislative that they did there, then they hired the first executive director.
Okay.
So-
I got you. So y'all there was not an executive
That's
director
right.
on the, okay.
That's right. It was all corn farmers and just anybody that wanted to help the corn industry. They got together for the last 40
Wow.
years and really moved the industry for Tennessee corn.
Now, what is the checkoff program on corn?
Checkoff for corn is a penny per bushel.
Okay.
Penny per bushel. Okay.
And like what, we've talked about different checkoff programs, but like what is that doing? What does the penny go towards and all that?
So our mission with Tennessee Corn Promotion Board, that is, we have 9 board of directors that facilitate all of the investments on the corn side. And our mission is for market development, so making new uses, research, that can be production research or new uses research, promotion, and sponsorships.
Gotcha.
So we're able to help the industry buy those checkoff dollars.
Do you think Tennessee, because I mean, there's some states I feel like that are not particularly friendly to ag, and Tennessee, because Tennessee takes a lot of pride, I feel like, in the fact that agriculture is like one of their primary industries. If
Absolutely,
some people say it is the
With-
number one
It's on
industry.
the state seal. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So is it fairly, do you feel like it's easy to work with the state doing what y'all do, or what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. We have some great partners throughout the state, and they're very ag friendly. We work with all the other commodity groups. We work with TDA,
Yeah.
Farm Bureau. Yes, all of that pro ag. We have a very pro ag governor.
Yeah.
Governor Lee's been.
Oh yeah, he's cattleman.
Yep, he has been good for us. But times are changing. It's getting harder. I mean, a lot of people are moving into Tennessee.
Yeah.
That don't come from farm backgrounds or just not as educated, and so it makes.
Yeah, y'all stay out.
Yeah, we're full.
We're full. The realtors around here might get pissed off at me saying that, but no, we're full.
I didn't say that. If you come, just come with open ears. Listen to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, we're all in this together.
There's a lot of like concrete in Memphis. You know,
Buying already existing structure to live in. You know?
That's what. See, when I drove through Memphis, like 2nd Street, and there's those old abandoned warehouses.
You know, all these folks from California moving in here go right there.
Y'all just move into those warehouses and fix them up. Like, do that.
Yeah.
But no, I do think times are changing. And I mean, obviously, one of the things that I want to talk about is the E15. That is a big one. And
which I'm going to go back one thing, just because it got my wheels turning, like comparing it to the cattle checkoff. So it's a penny a bushel.
Mm-hmm.
Does that only get paid when the farmer sells it?
Correct. It gets paid to the first purchaser. So when you go to the elevator, they would take it then.
Okay. So the farmer pays the penny per bushel. Okay. But then the elevator doesn't pay additional. And because like with cattle, it's $1 a head, but it ends up being like sometimes $4, $5, $6 a head because every time they're sold.
Right.
really, even so like whoever the purchaser of them that they sell has also got to do the.
Oh yeah. So like I'm selling some wean calves probably next week. Well, they're
Yeah.
not anywhere near ready to go to even a feed yard, certainly not slaughter.
Yeah.
And so somebody will buy them and graze them. And then they may sell them to somebody else who's going to feed them a little long. They may end up getting sold 4 or 5 times before. And so there may be $4 or $5 a head.
Yeah. So it's just one time on the grain.
One time. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, good. Next week, I might need to borrow some money. That'd be good.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Well,
It'd take about 2 weeks for you to get the check.
Well, now it shouldn't. I think we got that sorted out. They had a wrong address when they mailed one check. But no, shoot. I got loans I got to pay off. I'm already looking at it. I was like, I can pay this off. I can pay that off.
Oh, man.
What am I paying the most interest
These
on?
rich cattlemen, they just don't want to come off none of that cash. No,
I'm mad about I knew that I was going to be selling them. So
so you're already spending that money?
I already bought a
Spend
skid steer
Oh, man.
with money that I hadn't even made
You never
yet.
count your chickens before they hatch, man.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
Well, that's kind of one of the things I've seen, especially in this digital world we live in. There is, I was having this conversation, I guess, earlier today with a guy saying like everybody has a platform now, and everyone is very opinionated, and farming is one of those things where I'm like, 2% of the population is farmers. Of that 2%, I would say the percentage that is corn, soybean, row crop farmers is probably like 0.5%. It's something tiny percent of that. But people are so opinionated on what we do. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't be allowed to have input, but at the same time, like, you don't know what you're talking about. And so it's frustrating.
There's some misinformation out there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, is that the kind of stuff, like, do y'all see people attacking y'all or anything like that? Like the glyphosate thing's a big one. You know, we get a lot of crap. We get told we're getting paid by Bayer. I've still not seen that check. I don't know where that one is.
Yeah, they definitely had the wrong address.
They did. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've never seen that one. I mean, how do you, as an organization like Tennessee Corn, how do you deal with stuff like that? Because we can be a little more crude than you guys can. We just tell them what we think. But you're big, or you got to be strategic.
We really just want to educate them. That's the main goal here. There's a place for us all to exist. There are things that they don't know about that we can help educate them on. And there's probably things on their side that we can learn from too. But
they're just a bunch of idiots, right? Basically.
That's right.
my words, not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. There has been some friction in some of those things. But as long as they're willing and we're willing to listen and we can talk each other's side and we have fact-based, science-based things data to go against, it's usually a non-issue.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the hard parts we get. It's like you try to share data.
Because unfortunately, we've all heard the phrase, trust the science.
Yep.
Far too much in the last, 6.5 years.
Nobody does anymore.
And I mean, hell, I'm a veterinarian. Like that's my whole career is trusted the science, but then it's like, wait a second, like I'm
Yeah.
not sure that I totally trust the science anymore.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, so it's like, well, damn, like I don't even know what to believe anymore.
It makes it hard.
It is. It's hard, but as long as you know the science that you are preaching, if you don't know, then you have to bow out and say, I'll find that out. But we know in the case of glyphosate, it's used very small. It is to help. And a lot of people don't even know that the corn that we grow isn't consumed by humans.
That's one of the things I go back to. I was like, that corn, like, and you were about to talk about the ethanol a minute ago. A lot of it, is made into ethanol. That then the byproduct, Stiller's grains, is then fed to a cow, who's then slaughtered. Like, my God, like you're so many steps down the line.
Way far away from that glyphosate.
Before that beef ends up on your plate, like, oh, good Lord. Like, yeah.
Well, and I think about like, okay, I plant Roundup Ready corn. There's a bunch out here. I spray glyphosate and
long before the grain is
long before the grain.
Yeah.
If you spray it at a certain point, like, and that's what I've tried to tell people. I'm like, man, when it begins to fruit, there is no glyphosate near that, because if I sprayed it at that point, it damages the crop. Like, that's what I try to explain to them. Like, man, I'm not spraying glyphosate anywhere close to when it actually is developing a fruit. I mean, when we spray corn, one of the great things about corn, you plant it, it comes up. Once it gets up a little high, you jump in there and you spray it and you're done. I mean, it might fly on a fungicide pass or something, but as far as any sort of, I know an atrazine, it gets picked on, but atrazine, Roundup, all that's going out way early in the life of the plant. And so I get kind of tickled, and it's frustrating because there's so much misinformation. I mean, I know wheat, one of the big ones they like to talk about, they spray wheat or glyphosate on wheat. That is like
to desiccate.
Yeah. That's a pretty small percentage of wheat that is actually done that way. Most guys, when we grow wheat, we just, once it dries out, we jump in there and harvest it. And so it's just misinformation. The problem is we have huge, and this is why I'm glad that we have organizations like y'all's and, Tennessee Farm Bureau and all these that are saying stuff, because we got guys like, we've talked about Sean Ryan. I get really frustrated with that guy because he likes to throw a lot of rocks at farmers and he loves to talk about chemicals. And I mean, I'll share, I've invited him down here to come to the farm, and he won't do it. And I'm like, man, just at least hear us out if you're going to say stuff. And it's like, they don't even know what they're talking about. So that's frustrating.
Yeah.
And we're up against people with really massive platforms.
That's right. Farmers, they want to farm. They don't want to be out combating all of this. They want to be doing what they do best.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes advocacy and these groups where there are some people that will speak, because the legislators, all the people want to hear from the farmer. Anybody can be a mouthpiece for the other object or the other subject, but the farmer story is really the piece that gets the connection. Y'all aren't doing this just because it's a job. Y'all are doing this a legacy. Y'all are keeping this for your children. It's been passed down from generations. So that's why it's so important.
Yeah. And I mean, you hit it too. It's a lot of farmers want to just go to the field. They want to work and they don't care. If somebody says something that they disagree with on chemicals or something, they're like, I don't care. I'm going to go do what I got to do. And I think that's what has probably been done for a long time. And I would actually say that's probably why we're kind of in the situation we're in, because now we have a tremendous amount of people that have no clue about ag, and but they have a lot of opinions about ag, and they're getting their information from people that also have no idea about ag. And so farmers got to talk.
They do, because we feed and fuel and clothe America. The less than 2% do a lot for
But
the
do you
rest
think
of them.
people believe that anymore? I don't know that people really believe that the American farmer does that anymore.
I don't think they're educated enough to know that that's where everything comes from.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it comes from Kroger.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think a lot of people just don't think, period.
Yeah.
Clearly. But you got a kind of I still believe a lot of the hate is a vocal minority.
I hope so.
Like that just hate farmers in general. Now, again, you get the you get into some of those real touchy subjects, and it may become a little more widespread. But I know a lot of people. Yeah, I like a lot of people go to the grocery store and it never even crosses their mind, where did this jug of milk come from?
Yeah,
or,
and that's I don't know that a lot of them care.
Yeah. Oh, right. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, those same ones that don't think. Yeah, they don't think because they don't care.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. We kind of hyper focus because of one, we are American producers, but we're also just very passionate about Made in USA, and I mean, and we're very passionate, obviously, about especially Made in USA, but really, hey, Made in Tennessee is even better because we're lifelong Tennesseans, and so it's if we can support something that's like that, then that's awesome. And so, the E15 thing, I do want to talk about that because that's another one. We had a guy write in, and I think he listens a lot, so I wasn't like mean in responding.
And he is a farmer, like he's in the ag sector.
Is he?
Well,
I think it was. I think it said it was.
Well, right. I was assuming he was.
Yeah, the handle sounded like it, and he was like, I don't want to see good corn acres going to making fuel. And we were kind of like, but why not?
Yeah.
Because it's not.
We have an abundant supply right now.
We have an abundance of corn. Like we are the kings of corn in the United States.
And still the byproduct of that ends up feeding animals that ends up feeding you.
A lot of it's going to gas right now. It's just going to E10.
Yeah.
We're trying to move it into E15 just to help with the bushels that we have. But in Tennessee, the most of it goes to livestock feed, followed second by ethanol.
Yeah.
And then go down the line, but it's going there.
Yeah. and but why would that be a problem though?
Yeah.
That's what we didn't understand.
Do you have some farmers even that are like, no, I really don't want my corn. Like, I guess there's that pride, like I'm feeding the world, not fueling the world. Like
I have heard a little of this food versus fuel. So some of the livestock, they are questioning it, maybe not in favor of it, not trying to stop it, but they're just.
Well,
why? What's their argument?
Well, and again, just coming from livestock, I mean, I guess because as a livestock farmer, I love cheap corn. I mean,
that's where it is.
Right. I assume that's all it is.
Gotcha.
It's coming down to the price.
No, let's quit doing the ethanol that way. There's continues to be.
Bobby Lee just wants all of us row crop guys to go broke is what he really wants.
No, man, you can keep getting your checks. The government
will keep propping us up.
Keep propping you up, so you keep giving me cheap feed for my cattle. But yeah, that was the whole thing where I have heard that from specifically livestock folks that they're not big on ethanol.
I could see that I can see that side. I still don't agree, but I can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I still go back to, when it comes to, just people that are like, I don't want to see good acres, growing fuel. I want to see them growing food. I'm like, fuel is everything though. Like by having more abundant fuel, renewable fuel, and then a cheaper fuel, that fuel, literally everything that affects food prices directly. It affects people's budgets where they can then spend better, more money on better, groceries. So I don't know. I just really don't get that argument specifically.
It's full circle. Everybody has their own take on it. This is just right now corn producers' top priorities passing E15. We get an emergency waiver every year.
I would say they did just pass that again, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have that, but we really want just to make it permanent. That way we're not having to spend all of our time and energy on policy. We want to move on and get more fuel pumps or, do other things with money instead of.
Why will they not just make it permanent? What is the holdup? Is it the fuel industry that is pushing back so hard against it, like the petroleum and all that?
Yeah, there's several people that are pushing back on it. And E15 is not on a bill by itself. So that's, I think, one of the parts.
It's so frustrating.
There's different components that make it more complicated.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for legislators.
Yeah, because it was actually, I think, wasn't it lumped in with the glyphosate thing? Was that in the Farm Bill? Were they going to put it in there and they had that?
Yep. To pass it through the House, we did just separate it from the Farm Bill and it's passed. And now it's going to the Senate, which at that point, I'm not sure if it's going to get lumped back in or not.
Yeah.
Which I may really show my ignorance here, and this might be such a dumb question. I don't know if you can answer it. So, like, what's to keep, say I own a fuel station, and, like, could I sell E15 right now if I wanted to?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what does the bill do?
Well, that's because of the waiver, right?
Correct.
If the waiver didn't pass, she could not.
For a certain amount of time. It's just during the summer.
Okay.
So E15 has a ban where it can't be sold in the summertime months. And so this is to say we can sell it year round permanently. But everybody gets a choice. The retailer can choose to put that pump there.
Well, we've got a non-ethanol station in town.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but I guess that's where I don't understand. Why can't just the retailer and the consumer decide what they're going to offer and what they're going to buy?
Well, why can't I make moonshine at my house?
Well, I agree.
But like, so you couldn't, but see, I see where that could be problematic, because if you put in a pump, and I might sound like a dummy here too, but if you put in a pump for E15 and then the waiver doesn't get removed, do you just have a dead pump?
For a couple months, yes. You would just have to bag that one and couldn't use it.
I don't understand why.
Again, we're full of dumb questions. So why is it summertime? Like I really know nothing about this.
There's people that are a lot smarter on it than I am, but it's like a reed vapor pressure. So there is something that
I just got to trust the science.
Yes.
Okay.
That causes that. But I mean, it's been debunked because we've done a summer waiver every year. So it is still.
So when can you not buy E15?
Heavy time frame where a lot of people are driving, a lot of people are traveling. So it's right there in the middle of that.
So to me, that would be like, again, because I'm just thinking about, all right, it's all these fuel guys lobbying the politicians. And they're like, we don't want to miss out, because that's probably when more gas is burnt than any time. People are out in boats, like riding.
I can understand where the oil industry doesn't want it. I mean, I would assume they're 100% against it.
Well, in this last bill, they had some people in their coalition that were for it, but there are separation. I mean, I can see things.
The fuel companies maybe, but like the actual, like Billy Bob,
Landman.
Yeah. Like he probably.
Do you watch that show?
Mm-hmm. No, Landman, I have not.
Oh man, that's a good one. Oh, I got a fly in here.
I had like 3 in the car with me on the way here.
Well, I feel land. I'm about to get him.
You fly swatter.
Got him.
You got him.
I hate to think.
Good job.
I'm a fly killer. Yeah. Sorry, got the fly took care of. I can't stand them flying around.
That's why y'all need to be watching either on one of the video platforms, there's YouTube or Spotify.
Yeah.
You saw the action shot. I can't take my hat off because then it ages me by 20 years. So
have you seen him without his hat on?
I haven't.
Oh, come on, Bobby Lee.
For everybody.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That's what did I tell the story here? I was at the store the other day. I was buying some beer, and
did you get carded?
The guy was like 43, and I was like, I'm 42 actually. I won't be 43 till next month. He's like, wow. He's like, you don't look that old. I was like, let me show you a trick. I took my hat off, and he was like, oh God. I was like, all right, buddy. Like,
tone it down a little bit.
We're having fun with it. You just really.
You made it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Anyway.
Yeah, we've actually got, I gave you that shirt. We've actually got one that has his silhouette on it, the skullet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and Hulk Hogan.
Yep. The skull. Yeah, because you got you got the full handlebars really.
Yeah.
In that one.
Yeah. I didn't even, but yeah.
Yeah.
He made it famous. I'm just trying to carry on.
Yeah. Well, I would like to see it because, and I know, and some of the guys that have pushed back, they're like, man, I don't want that crap basically eating up my fuel lines and stuff. And I see like my little motors, my side by side, even yet, I run non-ethanol gas in it. But like my wife's car, she's got a Tahoe. We run ethanol E10. And I'm like, hey man, because we kind of talked about it. I think E15 could lower the price. It was like 20 to 30 cents a gallon or something.
I filled it up today on the way down here. It's 10 cents cheaper with E15.
You've got E15?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get it?
In Greenfield.
Okay. And do you notice the car run any different?
Oh.
See that? That's what.
Perfectly fine.
I think, where was it we were saying somebody runs like was it E30? Was it Europe or somewhere?
There are several countries that are well beyond E15.
Yeah, they're paying like 60 cents a gallon less. That sounds pretty good to me. I think they said, in 2001 and newer vehicles can handle it just fine.
E50.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think I'm barely good. My Jeep's an 02.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to rock and roll. Might pull the front tires off the ground. You put that in there.
Yeah.
Like them ethanol pulling tractors.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Big tractor pull this weekend, isn't there?
It is. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be going. There'll be some ethanol burners on there.
Yep.
I'm a corn grower, but I am going to say this. I like the diesels better because they blow a lot of black smoke, and I'm a redneck. So see there, and that's what I said. Ethanol's cleaner. It don't look at I'm sure it ain't polluting like diesel.
That's right.
I'm driving a diesel right now. The thing is, so do you see any negatives to the E15 year round?
I don't, but I'm 100% pro E15.
Yeah.
She might be biased.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how we are. I mean,
more expensive cattle feed.
Yep.
But then I look at that and I'm like, well, again, you got the distillers grains that are very much cattle feed. So I don't know. What's big right now? What is Tennessee corn? What are y'all kind of going for now? I mean, is the E15 the biggest push you're still kind of fighting for right now?
That has been our primary focus, E15. Some other things that we have on priority, wildlife management. I know you have a deer problem with your crops.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's something that we have highlighted. We're working with Farm Bureau TDA on that.
What are y'all thinking? What's the plan kind of thing?
We're thinking it's a problem and we need some assistance.
Would that be like with working with the TWRA to come in and basically eradicate?
I don't know the future plans. I'm not going to say that is something that they have talked about, but they're meeting together. They're talking. But, it has been a problem for a while, so we're trying to look at some avenues that could help that.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I've got some fields that I have one field I've never harvested. Now it's a small field; it's like 16 acres. Never put a combine in it. I've planted it 3 years. Never harvested a crop because deer eat all the beans. I did try some stuff. It is that liquefied sheep fat called Trico Pro. And I've sprayed it on there. And actually I drove by yesterday and I can see beans. It's like the first time I've ever seen beans. So it might be working. But
I think I asked you this, but of course we've had a ton of rain here lately.
It's supposed to last.
Right. So even after it rains, they're supposed to leave it alone.
Yeah, because if they go in, from my understanding, they go in because they really don't have a smell. It almost smells like tallow.
But it just tastes so bad.
I think it tastes so bad, they're like, we ain't going back to that place. Yeah. And so, but the problem with stuff like that, it's $40 an acre. Ooh. It is very expensive. And now, and I know, well, I was telling one of the guys that brought it, I was given this to do a trial. And I told him, I said, man, I can't afford $40 an acre. And he's like, well, I mean, if it's the difference between a crop or no crop, then you can. Like, yeah, but I mean, I guess if I know that it's going to work, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
40. I mean, even which they claim you just do the perimeter. That's kind of one thing on a field. So are y'all looking at anything like that? Just more products to try to stop them, or?
Right now we're in fact base. And so what we're doing is we've had some of our growers that are giving us, they've got yield maps and that's exactly what they're showing. And we're trying to define how much loss there is on that. So that's the tough part right now. I mean, you guys see it, but it's hard to put that into actual numbers so that we can do it. So that's what we're in right now. Data finding.
Gotcha.
area.
Yeah.
But that goes into another thing that we're doing with corn growers is these input costs. I mean,
terrible.
It's awful.
It's terrible.
So that just goes right into NCGA has started an input task force. So y'all work with them as well. Correct.
Okay.
So if you're a member of Tennessee Corn Growers Association, you're also a member of National Corn Growers Association.
Gotcha.
And so it's all together because Tennessee voice is strong, but then a collective voice is much stronger. So working with them on the input cost.
What are your thoughts on input costs? I mean, so the seed, and I shared this when we went to the Anaheim, the national convention. 10 years ago, I could buy a good bag of corn seed for $175 a bag. And this year, I was actually really selective this year because I was like, I'm just bleeding out money. And so I think my average cost this year was probably $285 a bag. Last year, I think I paid about probably $330 a bag. And so, I mean, in a 10-year span, I've gone from $175 to, on the low side, I'll say $275 on the low, $100 increase per bag. Like, and I know they're constantly tweaking them, this and that, but I'm like, there's no way it's a $100 rise in 10 years.
It's bad. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and I think it was like, on average, I mean, this isn't everywhere in Tennessee, but on average, you're losing $100 per acre just putting in the crop to then sell it. So it's upside down. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what we do, though. That's the thing. Like, I know they're trying to work on fertilizer, because fertilizer is a big piece in the U.S. Across the board, our fertilizer cost. I know is it Louisiana? Where is it? They're opening some ammonia plant. I just saw.
There's a couple places. Yeah. Louisiana, Iowa.
Maybe even.
There's another one.
Was it Alabama?
Maybe.
I can't remember for sure, but I saw that. I mean, is that the kind of stuff y'all are looking into? Or, I mean, what do you do for inputs?
You create a task force and you ask all the questions and you get those people in a room together. I mean, that's the beauty of having such a larger group and everybody working together, because there's things that we can't call up.
Yeah.
Mosaic and say, what's going on? Our guys are hurting. So it's bringing everybody to the table to have the conversations and trying to find where you go from there.
The challenge I feel like with that is like with Mosaic and Nutrient. I think they were the two big beasts on the fertilizer. Is we've essentially, when people like to mess with farmers saying we're getting what we voted for, I keep seeing that all the time. Like, this is really, if you want to be truthful about it, this is failures of multiple administrations that have allowed basically monopolies to take over the seed, chemical, and I would even say the equipment side of farming. I mean, everything is crazy. Our equipment costs are insane.
Yeah.
And so what I'm wanting to know is, now that the monopolies are established, what do you do? Like, I feel like it's a thing, you have to stop them before they get there. Now, how do you break that up?
Yep. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I wish I had the magic 8-ball that had the answer for all of these, but I don't. It's us getting out there, getting those stories out, advocating for it, and getting a part of your association that can help tackle these large obstacles that we're facing.
Yeah. And now,
well, I was just going to say that, and that, like you said, getting involved, that's something Logan and I both admitted we haven't necessarily been involved as much as we should in a lot of our producer groups, whether it's.
Yeah, Amy was giving me crap because I'm not even a Tennessee corn member.
I was not giving crap, but I have information that you can fill out real quick.
Well, now, in my defense, I told her when we were on the phone, I was like, I'll join right now. So, I'm going to be a member.
But,
love that.
But kind of, just being more involved, which, while we're on that subject, how can someone be more, besides simply joining or coming to the celebration in August?
And that's particularly Tennessee. There are corn growers associations all across, and soybean. I mean, it doesn't have to just be corn. I'm partial to corn, obviously, but get to any beef, poultry, any of those things. But you should find somebody in your local area. For us, it is TennesseeCorn.com, or, I mean, you can find a lot of stuff probably on the TDA website to get a hold of any of them. But you can get involved and do things in a variety of ways. One, you can just be a member. You can pay and you can just say, I support this mission and I want y'all, I trust y'all. I want y'all to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Two, you can join, and there may be local grassroots activation that you can do somewhere around you. We actually do fly-ins to Nashville and Washington, D.C., so getting involved in a membership that has those already happening.
What do you mean fly-in? What do you mean? Like fly farmers to talk to them or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We want to take farmers to legislators. We were able to do, in partnership with some other corn states in March, we were able to go, and we even went to other offices. We went to talk to other non-government offices just in the organizations and ag organizations. So there's a variety of ways to get involved. You can do as much or as little as you want. But the big thing is just telling your story. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, paid activists, paid lobbyists, and they're going to tell a story one way or the other, just because that's their job. But when they hear from the farmer and hear their perspective and know how it's affecting their family on a day-to-day basis, I just feel like it's more helpful.
Well, and I totally agree, because that's where, I guess it was last year, there's a page on Instagram. It's called Real News, No Bullshit. And it's like a very unfiltered news. It's a great page, and they try to be as totally unbiased. They just give you the news. And they did a farmer stories, and they came out here, and they're from California, and they came out and they videoed and hung out with me for a little bit, hung out for several hours. And, we actually, after we got done recording, I was like, you want to shoot some guns? And so I pulled out a bunch of guns, and like I even had one with a big suppressor, and they're like, man, if we were doing this in California, the SWAT team would show up. But it was really cool because me and the guy over that have stayed really good friends. And he told me before he came out, he was like, man, he said, and he actually told me, he said, I still am not a huge fan of chemicals. He said, but I understand why you need them. And he said, and I realized, like, you got to have them in order to operate the way you operate. Like, to grow the row crops we need, he said, you guys got to have access to this stuff. And he said, until I came out there, I did not think that. He said, I would have been just as bad as the rest of them. Like, we need to get rid of these chemicals. And so, and that's where we get frustrated. It's like, I'm not telling somebody they got to like go get a glyphosate tattoo on their back. I just want them to understand, like, why are we using this stuff? It's not because I just love glyphosate. I mean, it's one of the chemistries we use. And so we just want people to understand. So yeah, getting involved with Tennessee corn, and yeah, we got listeners all over. I would say probably most ag states are going to have an association.
They're going to have an association of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. Could a non-Tennessean join Tennessee corn?
Absolutely.
And say, so like, if we just need a bunch of, suddenly Tennessee's going to get this surge of members. They're going to be like, we didn't have that many corn growers in the state.
Fun fact, you don't have to be a corn grower to be a Tennessee corn grower member. You can be an associate member, have a little less voting
Bobby
power,
Lee.
but be good.
And you use the corn for your cattle?
You're right. I was moving a creek feeder today, and they would have been parked. I got a couple of stalks of corn.
Yeah, you got some corn growing? You used to grow corn.
I grew a little cotton last year too. Same thing. right around my feed bin with some cotton seed.
Yeah.
Sprouted. My first cotton crop.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I didn't make any money. I was like all the other cotton farmers.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say is, even if you don't want to get involved in a member organization, just get involved with your legislative. Know who your legislatives are.
Yeah.
Tennessee just did redistricting, so they're changing.
It's very heated.
Real popular with our friends just south of us.
Yeah, and say Memphis is very happy with that.
They're gonna secede from the state.
Along with Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So there's lots of elections coming up. Just know, before you vote, just do a little research, talk to somebody, ask questions. But
is there any way, and I don't know, this might be something interesting to have access to, and there may be. Do you know if there's a way to find out, like, we almost need a way to rank how ag friendly politicians are?
Like the NRA does.
Yeah. With guns, like the Second Amendment. I wonder, is there anything like that?
I'm not familiar, but I'm sure there is. I just probably don't know off the top of my head, but
that would be a good thing.
Just me, like, thinking through it, you would have different people with different, like, the way the NRA's one works is because they're the organization making it's their ranking.
Yeah.
But like, if you just tried to make it ag in general, well, Cattlemen's Association may think this dude's awesome. Corn Grower Association may think, no, they suck.
Yeah.
And you never, you'd have to get just one group to say, and then they'd piss off a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
I think it works with the guns because NRA is already super polarizing and they're cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a good suggestion.
Well, we should just start
like
that.
Kind of playing devil's advocate. Like, I could see.
We just need to talk dirt to me version. We should rank politicians.
We might ought to do.
We ain't afraid to say what we believe.
My only problem is, like, I don't know that I know a whole lot about all of them. It would be
Bobby
very
Lee,
specific.
and
to
he's
only,
a cattleman. He's gonna be like, I want these row crop farmers to not make any money so that I can get this stuff
we
cheap.
wouldn't even be able to agree. Right, Logan gives this guy an F.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he wants our prices low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm excited to see, especially you said, what, 4 to 5 years y'all been doing the checkoff thing. So I'm excited to see what comes out of that. And hopefully that gets good advocacy going. How do y'all work with NCGA? Are y'all like a just totally separate entity that you just kind of work with them, or are y'all under NCGA, or how does that work?
We're separate in the fact that we are Tennessee corn growers, but if you are a member, you're also a member of NCGA.
Gotcha.
And then from estate executives, we're always together. We are, on weekly calls with NCGA. We have constant communication with them. So we're all together in the corn family.
Gotcha.
I get a couple just off the wall questions. So obviously, Tennessee corn growers are growing, primarily, what we call it, dent corn, just wholesale corn.
Field corn.
Right. Field corn. There you go. Do y'all cover are there more of the varieties coming in? I know Logan is talking
Sweet
about
corn?
Well, sweet corn and even like the white corn.
Yeah, the white corn that they've got.
So would that still fall under you guys? I mean, obviously it may not be your biggest focus because it's such
all
a small
field
percentage.
corn would, whether it's yellow or white, but we don't separate it.
Right.
Everything that comes into me is just corn.
Right.
Gotcha.
Sweet corn doesn't qualify though?
No.
Oh, man. Logan?
Dang. My half an acre patch is not going to get me in there.
Are you seeing more of the white corn coming in? Or do y'all have those numbers?
I don't have those numbers specifically, but I think more.
I don't
yellow
even
corn
know.
in Tennessee.
I don't even know that that's on the market now.
Okay.
There was like I had gotten basically every now and then they'll send us one of our local elevators, they send us text with the price, and they had a thing on there. It was like a white corn high specialty thing. And it was a little bit of a premium. And there is a couple, like DeKalb may have a white corn now. There's some coming out, but I don't think it really took off around here yet. And it may pick up, but it's more, what do we say? Is it more food grade?
More like for human consumption.
Yeah, that's more for tortillas.
Yep.
Well,
tortillas.
And so kind of on that subject, obviously we talked about, cattle feed and, not just cattle, livestock feed, I should say, and fuel. What are some of the other things we don't think about that corn is used for?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I meant to ask you that earlier. There's a lot of products.
Corn is, it's in everything. I think our materials say it's in over 4,000 products.
Really?
So some of the things that we teach with the kids, just trying to familiar them, like all the things that you use to get ready for the day. Shampoo, toothpaste, rubber in the tires that you drove or the bus. I mean, it's in a lot of things.
That gum. Yeah,
Bioplastics. Some things with NCGA is looking at now is maritime, using fuel for boats. So
I had a cup
everywhere.
one time. I think I I may still be an NCGA member.
What?
From like years ago, I was on and I just joined in, I think, and like the ASA, American Soybean Association. I think I was in them. But I'd gotten a cup or something in the mail. It was a little white cup and had a corn on it. And in the bottom of it, it said, "This cup is made entirely of corn."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. It broke later. No, I'm just kidding.
First time I poured a hot liquid in it.
Yeah, it melted. No, actually, my wife I had like 800 coffee cups. And so when we got married, she was like, "You're not keeping all these cups." But it was a cool little cup. But it was made all out of corn. So
You may have been a member. Have you ever done the yield contest?
no, but I thought about entering.
Okay.
So
Well, NCGA and Tennessee Corn get a lot from just doing the yield contest. So
does
that's another
Tennessee
way.
do its own? Do they have y'all ever run one?
We don't do it separately. We just do the one from NCGA. But we had 2 from Tennessee that actually were national corn winners last year.
Really? From West Tennessee, or do you know what area?
East Tennessee.
Oh man. Well, we still claim them though. Still Tennessee.
Right, Tennessee
No.
national corn members.
I went to school up there. I thought it's too rocky up there. They all got their corn from a jar. But I was always taught.
I think there's some corn grown there.
Man, well then we gotta
down in the river bottoms, not
we gotta up our game here in West Tennessee if East Tennessee's beating us on the corn growing.
Hey, as
Well,
long as Tennesseans are growing corn.
Well, and I would guess, they don't have big acreage, but I guess some of those river bottoms, creek bottoms are probably pretty dang fertile.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, I think I looked into one of those because the dry land field, I did a dry land field that actually averaged 235, I think. This was a few years ago. And that's the best corn I've ever had. And if I had plotted it out with because I run Field View, and DeKalb had just come out with the 6835. I remember the variety, and it's a bad of the bone corn. But I had planted a different kind around the perimeter. And then in the middle of this field, it had been limed like this field was ready to rock. I planted 6835, probably 10 acres. It was all I could get of it. And the total field average was 235. So I wish I had run Field View, because that 10 acres, I would almost venture to say it had to be shelling between 270 and 290. Like, it was wild, and it was just pouring in the combine. And I would have loved, because I think the yield contest is like 5 acres or something. It's a small, it's not big acreage. I'm like, man, that would have been one I could have.
Do you have corn on it this year? Same.
I actually do have corn on that place. This is the first time since then. Yeah.
Entries are still open.
Are they really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I didn't throw as much nitrogen this year.
You were talking about cutting back on all
I might need to call up the airplane, have it fly some on over there.
We can get you set up.
Which
when
I'm
is
sure
the
people
deadline?
would cheat, but could they almost put some parameters on? Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be really neat. Matt would
cheating
be big
in
into
it.
this.
You think it'd be cheating?
Well,
cool.
Right. I'm sure that would be big too. But if and again, it'd be so many variables. But do highest return, economically.
I'd love to see ROI.
Yeah. Matt Griggs would be right up his alley.
Because I can tell you that corn that shelled 235, I lost money on that corn because I put.
But hey, you puffed your chest out.
Oh, I did. I still talk about it. But I think I put 300 units of nitrogen down on that. I was substantially more than I did this year. I actually put more nitrogen on that field still this year than I did the rest of them, just because it is such a strong field. But I did not put 300 units down.
Hey, you still have a chance.
Yeah, when is the deadline, you say?
I want to say June the 30th, maybe.
And how does that work? What do I got to do to enter? Do I got to...
Go to tncorn.org.
But I mean, do I get to...
ncga.org. And then I think you have to have someone come check it, maybe...
I just show
I can
them
get you the specifics.
All right. Yeah, I'd kind of like.
There's a
cell phone video. Your monitor. Oh, there it is.
Yes.
No, I think it's a little more specific than that. But I think it's an easy process.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you
but when you get on the internet during harvest, that's what everybody's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can bump the handle back as I'm shelling, and it'll make it jump up a little bit. I could make it look like 400 bushels an acre if I need to.
I think we go by the books here. Okay.
No, I'll tell you, one of the saddest things, I lost some ground to solar panels over not terribly far from this field. It's in Millington. And my dad and I were actually shelling together out there. And there was a stretch. This ground was killer ground. It had been cotton for 20 years. And then I rented it and put it in corn. And I was running a 9770 at the time. And so the yield monitor, it was older. So the yield monitor sometimes it would be kind of off, and it was showing a huge yield. And it was these long passes, about a 5-acre area. This was probably a 180-acre field. And in this 5-acre area, and I mean, I knew it was showing good because I'll look if the hopper's not full, I mean, that tube coming into the hopper is that big, and it didn't look like you could hardly fit another kernel of corn in there. It was just so much corn coming into the combine. So I knew I was in some awesome corn. And my yield monitor was reading a pretty wild number. But I'm like, that can't be right. My dad comes over the radio. He's in a newer combine, and he says, man, what's your yield monitor showing? And I said, well, it's showing about 305, 310. And I said, but I'm guessing that can't be right. And he said, mine's showing about 310, 315. And so there was about a probably 3 to 4 acre section. I don't know what was up with this spot, but it was just killer. And I mean, several passes, 300 plus bushels. It was the craziest. It was cool. And I mean, and Bobby Lee and I've talked about like too many guys get hung up on the bushels. That's one of the reasons why we have such an abundance.
Yep.
But it ain't nothing cooler than when you're running through and you're just loading in 2 minutes, the combine's full. I mean, that's
awesome.
That's a good feeling. So yeah, I don't know that I've hit 315 ever since then, but it was, and now if you drive by, it's solar panels covering the whole spot. So sucks.
That's unfortunate.
Yes. So, hey, well, we won't keep you all day, but
hey, we don't need all those really good acres growing corn. That's why we have too much.
that's right. We need, we need,
why there's an oversupply.
Bobby Lee's going to advocate for less corn acres.
I need you to keep
No,
getting the corn.
I need cheap corn. I want y'all
gotcha.
to overproduce.
All right, let me cue up our man here.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
All right, we're putting you on the spot. Made in America product, brand, company. What do you put your stamp of approval on?
Can I say unleaded 88 E15 gasoline?
You can, yes.
Hey,
That's a made with
America's first.
There you go. Yes.
Domestic corn production.
So you are saying you are pro E15. All right. You approve that message?
Yeah, I can go with that.
All right, I'm with you. Yeah, as a proud corn grower, I want you guys to use all the E15 you can. Maybe we go to E20 next.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
E15 and above.
E15 and above. There you go. I like that.
No limit.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Amy, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
See, we've been good. We've been good, hadn't we?
It's good.
Amy, yes, she thought we were going to be all bad today.
Do we want to give a shout out on this? I did get word back.
Okay, you did?
Okay.
Yes.
So pretty cool. My buddy Matt, our buddy Matt, who actually came into town, visited with us this last weekend, brought us this flag, which he didn't even want us to give a shout out. We're like, no, we're going to
no way
display
we're
that.
not going to talk about this.
It was actually his brother, who again also didn't want to shout out. But
It will be in a nice American-made frame up on our back to the background here soon.
so, of course, Logan and I are neither A, pilots, or B,
Military.
military men. But apparently it's very common for pilots to carry a flag with them. And so this particular flag has flown over Iraq, Djibouti, El Salvador, Japan, Somalia, Greece, Italy, Iceland, and Portugal, with there possibly being a few other places maybe that it flew over that we can't mention.
If we told you, we'd have to kill you.
Yeah, because I guess it may have been a situation where places we weren't ever officially. I don't know. And
Yeah.
maybe it never went anywhere other than those places. But
And it flew with him for 14 years? Isn't that what he told us?
yes, in support of multiple ISR and ASW operations over 14 years.
It's just awesome.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love Djibouti.
Djibouti. Yeah, I'm a fan of Djibouti as well.
Do you know what the capital of Djibouti is?
What?
Djibouti.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That's like the one thing I can remember
Oh,
from
man.
geography about
Yep.
Djibouti.
Capital of Djibouti is Djibouti. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yeah.
I knew what came to mind. I knew was not correct.
See, we're making people smarter.
Yeah. Uranus came to mind. And I'm like, well, that's a planet. That's not right.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
No, that is awesome, Matt. We do appreciate that. I mean, that is both Bobby Lee and I both were like, man, we can't
Yeah,
take
like
that.
that. I was like, dude, like,
This needs to be like on your family's wall, but
Yeah.
we're stoked to get it and we're going to have it
yeah,
up
we
on
gotta
the
get
wall.
a official, like, I don't know what they call it, case, shadow box,
Yeah.
frame, whatever.
An American made one.
Put it up here. Yeah, maybe we can find one made in Djibouti.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know. It doesn't seem like I see that on many labels.
I've never seen made in Djibouti.
I would
Yeah.
stick with USA.
Made in
Yeah,
USA?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we can find one made out of corn.
We're going to put you on that.
Okay.
We need a corn frame.
Let me see what I can do.
If they can make a coffee cup, I'm sure they can.
That's
make
right.
it.
They should be able to make a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that. Where can people check out what you're doing? Tennessee Corn. Tell us where can they go to join and all that.
tncorn.org.
Okay.
Best place to find me. Has all my contact information. Call me up, email me, however, love to talk to you.
And the thing coming up at Paris.
Our 40th celebration is August the 10th.
Okay. And so you don't have to be like anybody can come. You just need to RSVP.
Sure.
Paris, Tennessee.
Paris, Tennessee.
Mhm.
Actually, I think it's Buchanan, Tennessee. It's Paris Landing.
Okay.
Okay. My buddy's got a place up there. A couple buddies.
When
Gonna have a fish fry. I'm just.
That's not on the. It's not on the menu.
I was
right
thinking
now.
like they have the world's largest
open
fish fry.
bar, they're gonna have an open bar.
And that fish is rolled in cornmeal. I mean,
Okay, I can see where you're
Hey,
going
see?
with that.
Yeah.
I can see where you're
So
going
then
with that.
they're gonna have a lot of Tennessee whiskey on there covered by them. Is that right?
we didn't even talk about Tennessee whiskey and corn. I mean,
yep,
that may
that's
be, that may be the most
another-
famous use for
That's
Tennessee
another
corn.
Yeah,
Yep.
I actually don't have any. Well, there is some Memphis Old Dominion. I don't have any Jack Daniels over there.
We'll get you some.
Yeah, I have to get some Jack. No, they will not be covering your alcohol, but it would be cool. It'd be cool to see a big turnout.
I bet there's a lot of corn that goes into catfish feed.
I bet
If
it
I was
is.
just guessing, I
Yeah.
don't know what they,
Yeah.
what the commercial catfish growers. We need a guest on here that grows catfish.
We do.
That's a area of ag that we don't.
I don't
think
know
about.
anything about that. When do they need to RSVP by?
July the 10th.
Okay, and that's on your website.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, Amy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, guys, we need y'all to hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment below, let us know what you thought of the episode. Let us know if you're a corn grower and you're proud of it. And leave us 5-star ratings, Spotify, Apple. Share this episode with your friends. And what else?
Now check out agzaga.com. TalkDirt20 is the discount code. It doesn't matter what you're buying. You spend $50, that's going to take $20 off and get you free shipping. Go check them out. Wide selection. I'm not even going to try to list everything they have.
Do it. See ya.
You've been listening to Talk Dirt to Me with your hosts, Logan and Bobby Lee. If you enjoyed this episode, we ask that you subscribe and leave a review. We'll catch you next time.